Some of y'all about to be real mad at me, but it must be said.
That's why.
Hello Bubs. How have you been? Hopefully great. Today I'm going to share some opinions that could be considered controversial, although I don't think they should be. As always, feel free to leave respectful comments and don't take this stuff too personal or seriously. I am one person, I'm not here to tear down your faves or anything of that sort. These are just observations and opinions. Alright, on to the video. Even if an artist is posing health concerns on their body, your comments aren't helping, whether from concern or scrutiny. If someone is struggling, the last thing they need is a bunch of strangers speculating about it. If the artist is really struggling and they have not made their struggles public, why should you or anyone else? This is a personal issue that should be dealt with in private, and preferably with actual healthcare professionals rather than random people on the internet who can only make assumptions. I know that many think they are helping or simply showing their care for the person in question, but if you cared, you encourage people to mind their business and also to encourage safe space environments for body types and body issues. Lots of K-pop artists need proper vocal training, or else their voices will experience extreme damage in due time. Hearing the straining even in a studio release worries me even more, because I can't imagine how bad their throats be hurting. I know that some companies, also known as SM Entertainment, get a lot of praise for their abundance of sufficient vocalists, but after watching a video by Ain't No Other Fan, I think it should be well noted that SM does pick artists who have already been trained vocally prior to joining the company. Other than that, many artists are practically raw dogging it in the studio. The longevity of their voices are being put at stake, especially when performing notes they aren't properly trained to do for the sake of sounding pretty, yet compromising technique in the process. Fans have lowered their standards for musicality and quality of songs so much because they have hired their standards for beauty and dance performance. It's almost disappointing how rare it is to see a K-pop artist sit down and actually sing a song, especially with minimal vocal tuning. However, I am not going to make a full dig on recent K-pop music and fans' expectations. I do believe that there are still plenty of enjoyable songs being made this generation, and especially this year in 2023 so far. A grown adult is not supposed to give leeway to excusing your faves' actions. It should mean that because they are grown adults, they can face adult consequences and accountability, but instead it's used as an ironic way to baby artists. This isn't fair to anyone, because you're robbing your faves of the chance to grow and then creating extreme censorship to the point nobody can feel safe if they aren't giving full praises to these people. Do not mistake this for me condoning hate, because that is a whole other thing. This is about the inability to let your faves be criticized in any way, even if it's constructive. Sometimes making it in the West isn't really worth it, and you should really try to grow and build your domestic market for the time being. From a business and marketing standpoint, one would assume that a global market is the ultimate goal and way better than a domestic market, but sometimes with certain groups it may seem too forced and just look like a reflection of the company's greed. For that reason, I feel that sometimes the domestic market is more important than the global market. It would also be cheaper and most likely easier and faster, because it's one culture, and way less people to try to adhere to. Hear me out on this one, please. By Lisa's own standards, without comparison to her members' skills, Lisa's dancing has deteriorated over time. I feel like she doesn't garner the same skills that she used to. This isn't necessarily a bad thing though, because she is still the most consistent member and has still made little to no mistakes. Where I'm going with this is that although Lisa is one of, if not my favorite dancer in K-pop, I can't back up the idea that she is the best at this point in time, where this generation of K-pop is becoming increasingly focused on dance and stage presence, especially when Blackpink's current and majority of choreographies don't even come close to the complexity and difficulty of most fourth-gen groups. I would also like to note that I am a third-gen person, so this is not biased towards fourth-gen, although I am starting to listen to more fourth-gen artists. YG needs some new people in that studio. I'm sick of hearing the same watered-down crap from Teddy, RT, Becca Boom, etc. YG really be out here denying good songs because they'll only take stuff made by their own staff. Like, be so for real right now. Did y'all know Sour Candy was already originally Blackpink's song but YG refused it cause it didn't come from their company? Yeah, I'm waiting for their sly methods to come full circle at this point, cause I'm tired of this absolute BS. Let's normalize unstanding groups and taking breaks from K-pop. These don't have to happen together, but seriously, why do some fans have such a hard time comprehending the idea of not being a fan of a group anymore? Nobody needs to justify themselves to you. The artists don't even know or care because they're still getting more fans than they are losing. Also, it's so easy to fully immerse your life with K-pop, especially on social media, so I believe it extremely important to pace yourself and take frequent breaks. If you find yourself using the term locals, that is a crystal clear sign you need some time off the internet. Don't forget that K-pop is just meant to be a hobby/break from the real world every once in a while, so don't forget what life is like outside of K-pop. Anyways, have a wonderful day, bubs. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you disagreed with some or all opinions, that's fine as long as you are respectful about it. Thanks for watching.